make sure that we are delivering spectacular service, that we're delivering on our unique value propositions to our clients. So I manage delivery teams, I manage project management and quality assurance, and I just really make sure that all of that is smoothly run. So to be a superior technologist, I think the formal education, I think education is important to learn about technology in a structured way, but that's just the start. I think that experience, hands-on experience, is very important. I think that we are good listeners and we relate to people. And if you want to make things happen within a company, you have to establish relationships with people. You have to listen to them. You have to understand what's going on with them to be able to build teams that can deliver great things.
In my particular industry, we have a lot of people that have been in that industry for a very long time. And, sometimes they're a little afraid of change. So we need to, constantly, explore the benefits of the technologies, convince them that this is going to make things a lot better. We can do more with the same people. We can repurpose jobs and give people more exciting things to do. And so we just need to keep the mantra going. In different settings, in different meetings, when you're trying to discuss how to implement or what we want to do next, what's the best technology fit, the perspectives brought by women and men together, having a good combination and mix. Sometimes people hear things a certain way. I mean, it's not always a women and men thing. It could be who listens which way thing. However, just having the different perspectives really makes a big difference for our organization.
I teach at the Rochester Institute of Technology in the School of Design. I primarily teach in the grad program in visual communications design. I'm also the chair of an undergrad program called 3D Digital Design that I developed. And we now have 2 additional faculty teaching in that program, 3 additional faculty teaching in that program, and about 130 students. And I'm really excited about that program because it uses 3D computer graphics for lots of things besides animation. My favorite part of it is using computer graphics in performance with music or theater or dance, and combining experiences on the outside of buildings called projection mapping, all that fun stuff. I come from a theater background, so that kind of mixes the 2 things together, and to me, that's one of the most fun things. So,
I said, gee, when I get out into private practice, I really want to have an office where it's all electronic. Can't be done. Everyone said, can't be done. And, I was kind of always under that attitude of, well, why not? And then I said, well, you should have told me before I did it. So we went ahead and we opened up an office, all electronic office, and then it got some national attention because it really was, for a 1 to 2 doc office, it was kind of a remarkable thing to do, again, at the time. I think at the end of the day, if I've made life easier and better for patients, that's a huge value. If I can say, you might appreciate this, if you walk into a physician's office and they no longer put a clipboard in front of you, then I've done my job.
We are an ad tech platform, end-to-end digital ad platform, largely focused on the publishing industry. Largely, I'm focused and responsible for the strategy of the product, as well as how we communicate what we do and who we are to audiences. I think really at the end of the day, any software company is or should be rooted in the user experience. I'm responsible for basically understanding what our users want and helping to guide engineering development in such a way that it delivers on that promise. And if we have happy customers, we have a profitable business. I think the value of the work I do today really is in providing a kick-ass user experience for our customers.
I graduated with a degree in math and a focus in computer programming. So I started as a developer, and after a few years as a developer, realized that I was not necessarily the type of person to sit in an office all day long, and that I really liked being with people. And that drove me into different areas of the IT fields. Went from being a developer into client support and supporting PCs, and fairly quickly went into management roles and realized I really liked working with people. And my progression then took off, and I became the CIO for the City of Rochester. I do everything in my power to make sure that I have discussions with people I come in contact with. A lot of kids entering their furthering their academic pursuit, they do not really understand what technology means. What does IT mean? So I'm always encouraging students to ask questions of your friends or your friends' parents. Everybody loves to talk about their jobs, and that's a great opportunity to understand really what is under that technology umbrella. It's not all fixing PCs or being a developer. There's just so many opportunities and so many things you can do.
Imagination and a little bit of patience. I think those are two aspects that have served me well, to sort of, not necessarily follow the usual course of troubleshooting or trying to solve a problem, and then just realizing that, even though IT is all about instant gratification, sometimes it does take a little bit to find the right solution. So I think it is important for women to be involved in tech. I think it's important for women to just keep up on the information that's out there, and there's not a lot of roles these days where you don't need some aspect of technical know-how and technical ability. But also, I do think that they bring a lot to the table. Just a different way of looking at things, a different way of examining problems.
I'm the CEO and founder of a high-tech fashion company called TrueGalt. High-tech fashion to us is where we're using 3D imaging technology to scan women's feet, and we make high-heel shoes that fit. So we're really a high-tech fashion company. We're geeks in high heels. We do everything mathematically and everything digitally. So you can really call us a mathematics company disguised as a shoe company. So this shoe fits my foot, and we scanned my foot and we found out the length and the width and the key dimensions, and then optimized a mold and made the shoe to fit. But because this is made to fit your foot, there is no size. It's your true size. So when you get your shoe, it's your size, and it's no one else's size. So this shoe is my right foot, and it fits my right foot, but it doesn't fit anyone else's foot.
For me, I could work in technology almost anywhere, but to be able to do so in an organization that impacts the lives of youth and families every day, that's a privilege. Hillside is an amazing place because of the caring and talented individuals that work there. And I've learned so much from the leadership at Hillside, like Dennis Richardson, Paul Parato, Maria Cristelli, and Dan Lazinski, just to name a few. They focus on our strategic intent, and they're always seeking contemporary, innovative solutions that can set us apart. And at Hillside, we rely on research and evidence-based practices to provide the best array of services. So for me, it's that environment that has given me the opportunity to take technology to a whole new level. Technology Lead Care consists of a partnership that brings together a cross-function team of staff from technology, social work, and research. And together we've developed a pilot and a process to be able to evaluate emerging technologies and their effectiveness. And we measure throughout. So we measure at baseline, during intervention, and at post-intervention. So in the end, we can tell, we'll have data that will be able to inform us how the effectiveness was of, say, a technology intervention for a youth on the autism spectrum. To think about a technology staff is part of identifying solutions to make lives better for families. Talk about having meaning in your life. It doesn't get any better than that.
I'm Vice President of Interaction Design at ITX. It's UI, it's UX, so it's user experience, interface design, it's visual design, and it's working with the development team to make sure we are thinking of the whole experience. That has to do with performance, time, loads. Women being in a technology-focused field, I think, is important because they bring a different mindset. They bring a different way of looking at things and solving problems. For design, for being an interaction designer and focusing on the user, our job really is to take the place of the user and being able to relate to that user and to relate to whatever the problem is that they're trying to solve or whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish. What is their goal? And being able to walk that path in their shoes. I think we have some natural ability to do that.
I think you have to be a good problem solver, you have to be intelligent, you have to have good people skills too. I find in my position, I have to be able to translate between people who are solely technical and people who have no technical knowledge at all. So in the tech worlds, I believe that women bring a variety of different things. For me, being a nurse, I pull in a feeling of caring for people to try to understand what their needs are and to try to assess the situation, come up with a plan of attack, and come up with a solution that best meets their needs so that they feel that they've been heard and their needs are met. As a clinical analyst, in having a medical background and understanding IT, I feel that I really still protect patient safety because I understand how the software works, what the input needs to be so that the output, meets clinical objectives and patient safety is always maintained. So I do quality assurance and I find things on the back end that I bring to people's attention so that we can change a process or a format in the software. So I feel that there's a lot of value in having both sides of that.
The Carrier Sales Manager title didn't exist before. It was a channel that I developed within the company, started from scratch. So it's my baby. I went to the management and said, guys, there's an opportunity for us here to explode as an organization. Let's take what we've done with this one customer, replicate and duplicate that amongst all the carriers, the large carriers in the country. So now we have a book of business that's over 30 carriers and represents 25% of our organization's revenue. Communication is the crux of all businesses. It's a necessity. And the services that we provide at FLTG connect the world, literally, with voice and data communications. And we do it well, and we love it. It's a family.